Travelodge is pouring millions into a UK-wide hotel makeover, promising a brand new budget luxe experience. But is it a real upgrade for the person actually sleeping in the bed, or just a fancy coat of paint hiding the same old problems? I decided to find out for myself. I stayed in one of their brand new, completely redesigned rooms, and then travelled across the country to stay in a classic old-school Travelodge to see if the hype is real. This is the new versus the old, and the answer just might surprise you. For years, Travelodge has been a staple of budget travel in the UK. You knew what you were getting, a basic no-frills room that was clean, functional and cheap. It was reliable. But the world of budget hotels is changing fast. Competitors are stepping up their game and guests expect more than ever. It's not enough just to offer a bed anymore. People want style, comfort and convenience, even on a budget. So in response, Travelodge has kicked off its biggest ever makeover, rolling out the new budget luxe design. The company claims it's a complete overhaul based on a huge survey of what modern travellers actually want. They're promising a premium look and feel while keeping the price low, which honestly sounds a little too good to be true. This isn't just a quick refresh, it's a total shift in their approach, aiming to create a room where you can work, relax and sleep. I've set up a simple but effective test. I'm putting two hotel designs head to head. My first stop is the Travelodge in Harrogate, which has a classic familiar design that has been their standard for years. Then I'll head to the recently refurbished Oxford Abingdon Road Travelodge to see what their budget luxe world is all about. I'm going to dissect everything: the bed, the bathroom, the desk, the lighting, and yes, the all-important plug sockets. I paid for both my stays myself, so I can give you a completely honest, unfiltered verdict. By the end, I'll finally answer the one question that matters. Is the new Travelodge really worth the hype? Here we are in Harrogate, a gorgeous spa town in North Yorkshire. This particular Travelodge behind me is relatively new, but it was built before the new design was rolled out. This makes it the perfect benchmark for the classic Travelodge experience that millions of us are familiar with. Let's head inside. Okay, first impressions of the room. It's exactly what you would expect. It's a box. A clean, perfectly fine box. The colour scheme is a blend of white and light blue walls, a blue carpet and wood grain furniture. It's not ugly, but it's not inspiring. Let's break it down, starting with the most important part of any hotel room, the bed. It's a king size, which is great, with the Travelodge Dreamer mattress that the company has used for years. It's known for being a decent, medium firm mattress that works well for most people. The presentation, though, is basic. You get 4 pillows, 2 in the bed and another 2 above the wardrobe. A standard duvet, and that's it. There's no fancy headboard or mood lighting, just a bed pushed against the wall. Now for one of the biggest headaches for any modern traveller. PowerPoints, or the lack of them. Here in Harrogate, it's a major problem. There are no sockets next to the bed. Zero. If you want to charge your phone overnight and use it as an alarm, you'd better have a really long cable to reach the desk across the room. It's a small thing, but in today's world, it's a massive oversight and a common complaint in older hotel designs. Moving on to the work and relaxation space. The desk itself is a reasonably large size, but the problem is the TV sits right on it, eating up a huge amount of usable space. The chair is comfortable enough. You could work here for an hour, maybe 2, but any longer and your back would probably start complaining. There's also a separate armchair for relaxing, but the quality is not that great. It's made of vinyl and it's not going to be the most comfortable to sit on. Amenities are as basic as you would imagine. You get a small kettle with some tea and coffee sachets. The wardrobe isn't a wardrobe at all, just an open rail with a few hangers. Standard for Travelodge, but not great if you're staying for more than one night. Finally, the bathroom. It's very utilitarian. You get a shower and a toilet, but the shower has a cheap shower curtain. The water pressure's okay, but it's not going to be the highlight of your stay. Toiletries come from large wall-mounted dispensers of generic hair and body wash. It's clean and everything works, but there's zero sense of comfort or luxury. So, the verdict on the classic Harrogate room. It passes, but just barely. It does the basic job of giving you a place to sleep. The room is clean, the bed is fine, but it fails on almost every modern convenience. The lack of bedside sockets is a huge minus. The workspace could be better. And the bathroom is purely functional. It just feels dated and a little bit cheap. It's a room that you book for price and location, not for the experience. Now this is our baseline. Let's see if that multi-million-pound redesign has fixed these problems. I've made my way down to Oxford to see the future of Travelodge. The Oxford Abingdon Road Hotel has been fully refurbished to the new budget luxe standard, and the difference is obvious before you even see the room. The reception area is a world away from Harrogate. There's also the modern bar cafe, a space where guests can actually work, relax and grab a meal. This immediately lifts the experience from just a place to sleep to a place you might actually want to hang out. But the real test is what's behind the hotel room door. Let's go in and take a look. Wow, okay, the difference is night and day. The first thing you notice is the colour. It gives it a calmer, more sophisticated look, and it just doesn't look cheap anymore. Let's go straight to the bed, because this is one of the biggest upgrades. Now, it's still the same king-size Travelodge Dreamer bed, so the foundation of a good sleep is still there. But here, it's set up against a new light box frame that gives off this soft, warm glow behind the headboard. It's a feature you'd normally find in a much more pricey hotel. And on both sides of the bed, you've got dedicated reading lights, and most importantly, power points and USB charging ports on both sides of the bed. They've fixed the single biggest frustration of the old room. This is a massive win. The sleep experience is also improved by the new thicker blackout curtains that do a great job of blocking out light. That's a definite upgrade. And above the bed, there's a piece of artwork. It's a subtle touch that adds a bit of personality. Now, it's probably the same picture as every other single Travelodge, but it's nicer than the same picture that they used to have in every single Travelodge. Now, let's look at the work and relaxation space. Remember that compromised desk in Harrogate? Here, it's been completely rethought. The desk looks smaller, but it comes with a more premium finish. And because the large modern flat-screen TV is mounted on the wall, you get most of the surface free to use for your work, with the exception of the bit on the side where you have the tea and coffee making facilities. The chair is also a huge step up. It feels like it's better quality and more ergonomic, better for sitting at for a long period doing work. But the masterstroke is the separate armchair in the corner. This is a game changer. It gives you a dedicated spot to relax or read a book without having to sit at your desk or on your bed. It completely changes how you can use the room. The amenities have had a serious upgrade too. The tea and coffee station is still here, but it's more neatly integrated. Finally, the bathroom. It feels cleaner, brighter, and more contemporary, although it's not a massive upgrade. The shower still comes with a shower curtain instead of a proper door, but the fittings are new and the quality is better. Overall, it's a more pleasant space. The experience in this new Oxford room is, without question, miles better than the classic one in Harrogate. It's not just a cosmetic facelift. Every change feels thoughtful and directly fixes a problem from the old design. The bedside USB charging ports, the proper desk, the armchair, and the lighting aren't just frills, they're fundamental improvements. So we've seen the old and the new. Let's put them side by side to really break it down. This isn't just about which one looks better. It's about which one is a smarter, better product for the guest. First, the design philosophy. The classic Harrogate room is all about utility. It was designed to be tough, easy to clean and cheap. The new Oxford room, on the other hand, is all about the guest experience. It uses colour to create an ambience. It's a strategic shift from just giving you a room to giving you a pleasant place to be. This is the budget luxe idea in action. Budget hotel efficiency mixed with thoughtful modern design. Let's talk about the bed and sleep. Both rooms have the same king-size Dreamer bed, so core comfort is the same. But the new design wraps it into a much better package. The Lightbox headboard in Oxford provides a soft mood lighting which is completely missing in Harrogate. The blackout curtains are better, but the knockout blowers the power. The Oxford room's bedside USB ports are an admission that the way we live and travel has changed. Harrogate's room works against your digital life. Oxford supports it. For that reason alone, the new design wins. Next up, the workspace. This is another landslide victory for the new design. In Harrogate, the desk space is compromised by the TV sitting on it, and the chair could be better. In contrast, the Oxford desk is large and virtually clear due to the wall-mounted TV, and the chair is comfortable. But the real difference maker is that armchair. That one piece of furniture turns the room from just a place to sleep into a place to live. The new Travelodge gets it. The old one just doesn't. Now for amenities. Even in the standard new room, things are just better presented. The wall-mounted TV is a huge plus. The bathroom feels less like a portable cabin and more like a real bathroom. with brighter, modern fixtures that just feel cleaner and higher quality than the dated Harrogate bathroom. Finally, why the change? It's a direct response to tougher competition and more demanding customers. Travelodge did a huge study to figure out what people actually wanted, and you can see the results in the new design. And this isn't just a token effort for a few flagship hotels. The rollout is happening at an impressive pace. Almost half of all Travelodges in the UK have already been upgraded to this new design. At this rate, it should only be a couple of years before the old style room is a thing of the past. It's a calculated move to win back customers and reposition the brand for the future. So after staying in both the classic and the new Travelodge, it's time to answer the big question. Is the new design worth the hype? The answer is an absolute definite yes. This isn't smoke and mirrors. The Budget Luxe redesign is a massive and, frankly, very successful transformation of the Travelodge experience. It works because it's not just a surface level change. Yes, the new rooms look much more stylish, but the real win is in the practical smart improvements that fix the biggest flaws of the older rooms. The focus on modern convenience is the single biggest victory. Adding bedside USB charging points is a basic requirement in 2026, and the new rooms nail it. The old rooms, with their total lack of accessible power points, just feels hopelessly out of date. The smart layout of the new rooms also makes a huge difference. The armchair is a simple but brilliant addition, acknowledging that guests do more than just sleep in their rooms. From a comfort perspective, the better blackout curtains and ambient lighting really do help you get a better night's sleep. The redesigned bathrooms are brighter, feel cleaner, and are just more pleasant to use. This is a complete overhaul of the Travelodge product. It moves the brand from being a purely functional, sometimes reluctant, choice to one that's genuinely appealing. For years, its main rival, Premier Inn, was often seen as the better option. With this new design, Travelodge isn't just catching up. In some areas of room design, it's arguably pulling ahead. The new rooms feel more modern and design-led than many of their competitors. Of course, this all costs money, and as Travelodge continues the rollout, we might see prices adjust. But the company insists that it's sticking to its value for money promise. If they can offer this dramatically better experience while keeping prices competitive, they've found a winning formula. The new Travelodge is no longer just a place you stay, it's a place you can genuinely enjoy. The hype for once is real. So there you have it. The new Travelodge design is a huge leap forward. It's smarter, more comfortable, and perfectly in sync with what a modern traveller actually needs. They've managed to add a layer of style and thoughtful design without sacrificing the value the brand was built on. But what do you think? Have you stayed in one of the new look Travelodges? Did you like it? Or are you a fan of the old no-frills classic experience? Let us know your thoughts and your own experiences in the comments below. I read every single one of them and love to hear if you think the upgrade is worth it. And if you found this review helpful and want more honest, in-depth travel guides, make sure you subscribe. I've got plenty more investigations like this one coming up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.